Is it possible to make an honest living in Red Dead Redemption 2, a video game that follows a band of outlaws robbing trains, banks, running from the law with the ultimate goal of making it to Tahiri, of course? But can we make some honest cash money as well? Yes, we are an outlaw, but the beauty of the game is freedom of choice amongst many other things, like an incredibly well written story and characters, a living, breathing open world. So while we are waiting for Red Dead Redemption 3, I was wondering if we could make a bit of an honest living as well. And the answer is yes, we can make an absolute fortune without getting into trouble. We can make a lot more cash money than we would make from stealing stuff.
Look at this. Oh, who's got gold? Who's got gold? Woo-hee, I got some gold.
Now there are a few different ways we could do this. Some ways are extremely profitable and some not so much. First, we can live off the land. We can set up a tent anywhere in the wilderness and hunt and gather everything we need. We can catch some fish as well. And then we can cook whatever we find at our camp and feed ourselves and our horse and do literally anything else but save Micah from the strawberry jail in chapter 2 of the game. But we can also sell our goods. We can visit the butcher or the trapper and sell our things. Stuff that we get from legendary animals will go for a bit more money, but we can also sell other parts for a tiny bit of cash money, so we can make a bit of a profit while living in nature. We can even sell the plants that we gather over at the doctor's office. The plants don't go for that much, but the tonics that we can craft are worth a decent amount. It ain't much, but it's honest work. Now we can also pick up bounties.
Looky here. Maybe this is our man.
You a bounty hunter, mister?
Maybe. It depends.
And here we are legit working for the law. It's probably the most honest work that we can do. We are helping them catch bad guys, and there are quite a few of these bounties all throughout the game that we can pick up either from the sheriff's office or from a train station, like the train station over in Rhodes. And some bounties offer a pretty decent reward, and we won't get into any sort of trouble if we go after these bounties. And sticking with helping for a second, there are of course NPCs that will stop us and ask for help. For example, we can help out this lady whose horse fell on her, and after we help her get out from under the horse, she will say this.
It's selfish of me to ask, I know, but would you mind taking me home?
So we can offer to give her a ride back to town, and usually as a reward we are going to get either a bit of cash money or an item that we can sell for a bit of money. There are a lot of these wholesome encounters where we get to help someone in need, but this is Red Dead Redemption and not all random encounters are wholesome.
I'm lost out here and I ain't got no food and no water.
Why not?
Oh, you're a good man. A good man.
Yep, let's get... Yep,
Hey,
yep.
hey! Oh, damn horses prick!
Just had to ask for help, huh?
Now there are many encounters out there and each one can have a different outcome. We can even help out, for example, William here. We can gather plants for him and in exchange he will give us some useful items. We can also make bets with NPCs, and speaking of bets, we can also win a bit of cash money by playing poker or blackjack, that is if we can win. And then of course we have full-blown side quests as well where we can do some legit work. We can also tame wild horses. We can find them out and about in the wilderness and we can try to tame them. Now this is easier said than done. It does require quite a bit of patience. We have to take it slow and make friends with the horses, and even then when we try to ride the horses they might try to throw us off their back. But if we manage to do it, we can take them over to the stables and sell them there.
Yeah, you looking to sell?
I show you.
You got papers?
No. No papers.
Well, of course, that's gonna affect what I can pay.
But without a doubt, we can make the most amount of money in the entire video game by finding treasure. It's finders keepers. We won't get into trouble if we find a bit of treasure, you know, some gold bars or some cash money. We are first introduced to treasure and treasure maps when we meet this stranger named Maximo south of Valentine. He offers to sell us a treasure map for 10 bucks.
Ah, what the hell? Why not?
A very wise investment. I wish you the best of luck.
Now the first map will lead us to right here where I am on top of a mountain. We do have to do a bit of parkour and go down some sketchy and narrow paths on the side of the mountain, but if we go there, we are going to find some items in the second map which will lead us to the hot springs right over here where I am, and if we search this small rock formation, we are going to find 15 bucks, so we have already covered the 10 bucks that we paid for the map, and there we will find our final clue as well, which will lead us to right over here on the map at this lake. We have to make our way to the small island in the middle of the lake where this big tree is, and there under a rock we are going to find 2 gold bars, each worth 500 bucks. But we don't always have to buy or find a treasure map in order to find some gold or cash money. For example, if we head to right over here on the map, we are going to find a derailed train under this huge bridge, and there we can find quite a bit of money. Now getting to this treasure can be a tiny bit tricky because we have to go in that wagon right up there, the yellow one, but before going up there we are going to check this one right here, because we have a chest with a couple of goodies. So if we check this chest right here, we should get a bit of money. Here we go. We have a jewelry bag, a coin sack, a billfold. Here we go, 20 bucks, that's not bad. But the real treasure is going to be in that cart right up there. In order to get there, we have to do a tiny bit of parkour. We have to go through here, and right next to the cart we are going to have a way up. So if we go through here, we can run up right through this small opening. The cart is right there, the opening is right here, and we have to go for it as fast as we can. Do a bit of parkour. Oh, here we go. As I've said, it is a tiny bit tricky getting up here because this can happen. That's not gone well. Alright, take 2. So we have to go through here as fast as we can, because if we slow down, we are going to fall. So here we go. We gotta do this, and then we go up through here. And we have to jump across. So we sprint. And we... Here we go. And we should be able to get in the train cart from right over here. Whoa. Oh, oh, easy does it. There we go. And down here we should have a couple of gold bars. We have one. And another one right here. So we have 2 gold bars in this train, and we do not need any sort of treasure map in order for these gold bars to spawn. Now, as I've said, each gold bar is worth 500 bucks. So if we take the 4 bars that we found over to a fence, which, yes, it's kind of sketchy, the fence is sketchy, but in the game world we won't get into trouble for selling stuff at the fence. But selling 4 gold bars for 500 bucks each, that is 2000 cash money right there, and some treasures give us a lot more than 2 gold bars. So can we make an honest living in Red Dead Redemption? Yes, we can. We could leave for Tahiti right now with the entire gang. But there we go, that's about it from me today. Thank you so much for checking out this video, and I will see you in the next one.